What's going on, everyone? This is the Double M Show, where the urban life and sports collide. And you already know who we are. We got Mike Nice.
What's up?
T-Mac.
Hey.
And it's DJ Mees. And we got a lot for you guys. You know, this is episode 8. You know, slowly, maturely.
Number 8. We almost on to 2 digits.
Slowly, maturely.
Yeah.
We making our way.
We getting up there. Reminder to everyone that is watching. Yes, we are on YouTube live right now. But if you missed it, it's okay. Because we'll be on iTunes.
Yeah.
We'll be on Spotify.
Preach.
Stitcher.
Heard you.
Google Play. You know, so we out. We global. We global, so don't even worry about it. If you can't watch us on YouTube, we'll be out everywhere Wednesday mornings, 5 a.m. to be exact. 5 a.m.
Nice and early.
Yeah.
Y'all ready?
Let's get right into it.
Let's start it off. Isaiah Thomas. Did you guys watch the game last night?
Of course.
Sure did.
Of course.
I asked that.
Of course.
So they did the tribute. It was emotional.
It's been a couple years in the making. You know, they were supposed to do it when he was in Cleveland. Didn't happen because it was Paul Pierce's night. And I was one of those fans who were saying, I don't want Isaiah Thomas having a tribute video played the same night as Pierce is getting his jersey retired. So that wasn't happening.
He wouldn't have gotten all the attention. I feel like he deserves, 100% all the attention. So he was traded back in 2017, and he now plays for the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah,
so
he's playing for a great team.
Great team. He just ain't playing. He just ain't playing.
It sucks with Isaiah Thomas, man. You know, that hip injury that he suffered with the Boston Celtics a couple years ago has really hampered him throughout his whole career. He played 15 games with Cleveland. Then he gets traded. Didn't have a great time when he was playing there. Didn't produce well. Then he gets traded to LA. He plays for a couple of weeks. Then he gets hurt again he gets second look at with his hip, and he's finally getting to play now past 2 months with Denver Nuggets, and we find out, hey man, you're not even going to be playing in the playoffs. And this is the Denver Nuggets, who they had championship inspirations.
Right. Yeah. I know earlier in the month, the Denver coach, Mike Malone, said to Isaiah, not about him, but said to him, after playing 9 games since returning from the hip surgery, he would no longer be part of Denver's rotation. So he is, in fact, not going to be playing. How do you think that makes a player feel hearing that from their coach? Do you think it makes them want to go out and, give it their all when you're being told you're not going to play?
It sucks. It really sucks because Isaiah's not a scrub. He's not just some guy, He was a guy who's always been the underdog and has worked his way up. From 6-man to starter to an all-star.
And he's 5'9".
5'9".
Yeah, he's
5'9".
And to have this happen to him out of the rotation, he's just not playing well. Hip injury and everything like that. It just sucks to see a guy who's, poured his heart out for Boston. Now he's essentially outside of this game. Of last night's game against the Celtics, he's not really a story.
I mean, he's not the same player. He's just not the same guy that was on the Celtics a couple of seasons ago. Guy averaged damn near 30 points a game with the Celtics. He was having an MVP season.
This season, he's averaging about 7 to 8 points.
How
do you go from 30 to 7 to 8 points?
I mean, the hip injury really took a toll on him. And if you go back even further, a whole bunch of talk of, he was dealing with the injury for a while, and he probably didn't take care of it the best way he should have. Maybe the Celtics team doctors and whatnot didn't handle the situation as best they could have. They've been kind of hush-hush about it. I always find it funny. I feel like after Isaiah left, a lot of the team doctors and stuff, they got fired or something. They lost their job, and I don't know if it has something to do with how the whole Isaiah Thomas situation went down or something like that. But once Isaiah Thomas, he alluded to it a little bit in a couple of interviews about how, the Celtics team doctors handled the situation. But, he's not the same player. And, Denver took a chance on him. He has some history with Coach Malone, I think back in Sacramento days.
Yeah.
So, they took a chance on him, and they didn't really know what to expect. But he had been out for a while, and the team had been established. And I remember talking to you about it, Marv. You saying how he came back, and once they started playing him, the team
went
sucked defensively.
Yeah.
And that's always been an issue with Isaiah Thomas because of his size. He's not a good. You're facing players in the NBA who everybody's probably 6 feet plus. and Isaiah's 5'9". You're not really going to shut down anybody being 5'9" in the NBA.
What was so special, unfortunately, obviously it's a tragic event, but what was so special for Isaiah, one being such a great guy in the community, right. All of Boston was for him.
Yeah,
all of Boston was rooting for him. And when he came back from his sister's funeral and played against the Wizards and dropped 52 points, that's one of, I've been watching the Celtics since I was 5 years old. Faithfully, since I was 5 years old. I've never seen anything like that. It was
sight to see.
It was remarkable, and I always say that Isaiah Thomas that year, that 2016-2017 year,
right?
That was it, or 2016-2017. That was the best single season player I've ever seen. The best single season in Boston Celtics history since Larry Bird. And I'm talking Pierce had great seasons with this, but single-handedly dropping those 30 points per game by himself with Jay Crowder.
With the height that he is.
Yeah. Being 5'9", playing with Crowder and Olynyk and those guys. He had one of the best seasons in Celtics history, and it sucks to see, what had happened to him.
Yeah, so coming in from one of the comments, our guy Sam is saying, even with all that stuff that happened with him, hell of a season, hell of a run, hell of a lot of performances he had, the Celtics did him dirty. That's what our guy Sam is saying. The Celtics did him dirty. And like Marv, I've been a Celtics fan my whole life. And in that situation, I see it from both sides.
Was anybody expecting for Isaiah Thomas to get traded?
The thing is, no. Nobody felt that was going to happen.
That was a shocker to me. I didn't see that coming.
With the fact that, it started, I think, I'm trying to remember, but started slowly coming out that he was dealing with a hip injury. He maybe needed some time off to recover. But no one figured, especially when you hear about a player that's hurt, a trade doesn't really follow because not many teams are going to want to trade for a hurt player. So when it came out that the Kyrie trade came about and they made the trade happen, I think it took everybody back. Even if you're not a Celtics fan, you saw that trade happen. You're like, whoa, the Celtics trade Isaiah? He's hurt to the Cavs in Cleveland and Kyrie Irving. It just shocked everybody. And again, like Marv said, all this performance, a great season that he had. Should the Celtics have traded a guy who gave and poured his blood, sweat, and tears pretty much on the court?
Came back and played the game.
But at the same time,
after he finds out, yes, that's your job, but everybody can go to work and say, hey, I have a family emergency.
At the same time, take away Isaiah's personal life. Yes, I'm not, saying it's not important, but at the same time, Danny Ainge, the general manager, has a business to run. He has a team to run. And as much as we all love Isaiah Thomas, he had a great season. I smack anybody who try to tell me Isaiah Thomas is better than Kyrie Irving. Just on the court, in terms of skill-wise, I think Kyrie
Irving, the right move.
It was the right move.
It was the right move, but
for a better player. But it
sucked. Yes, it sucks. It's and it's dirty.
Yeah.
It's low.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's grimy.
I have a question.
But it was the right move.
What do you guys think? If Isaiah Thomas was to still be on the Celtics, where do you think the team would be right now?
So Isaiah said something last night when they brought him. They asked him the same thing. You're a journalist. I see what you're doing. You're good. You're real good. You're real good. So they asked IT the same question last night, and he said, we'd win a championship by now.
No.
One, Isaiah. You wouldn't have been playing. Isaiah wouldn't have been playing. Let's say Isaiah was healthy. Let's take that part out.
Clear mind, healthy,
clear mind,
good, ready to play.
Still, no, we would have not. We still wouldn't have. We didn't have the assets.
You gotta understand, and I'll get to the assets part.
Swap Kyrie out, put Isaiah Thomas in. You don't. I see potential still.
No.
One, our guy Winston just came and said the height liability on defense was a huge problem, which is something I talked about earlier. But at the same time, as great, this is just my opinion, as great as Isaiah Thomas was, he was having an amazing season. With his height, he can't be the best player on a championship team.
I agree.
Because if you saw, I think even the year before, his sister dying, in the playoffs, I think against the Cavs, teams found a way to shut Isaiah Thomas down. People don't talk about it too much, but that
Iman Shumpert.
first year,
Iman Shumpert on Isaiah Thomas.
The Cavs shut Isaiah Thomas down, and obviously he really took off and excelled the following season. But I really feel like teams in a series would find a way to really limit Isaiah Thomas. But I mean, to kind of go off and continue with this conversation, would you take Isaiah Thomas back on the Celtics
and keep Kyrie?
I mean, that's what it'd be. Let's play this game.
Here we go.
Let's play this game.
We had this conversation a little bit.
This is for the viewers as well. Please chime in on the comments, but I'm definitely gonna bring it up to you guys. Next season, let's picture it. Kyrie Irving's a man of his word. He signs the extension, the max contract to stay with the Celtics. Isaiah Thomas loves the Celtics. The man wore green sneakers last night to play against his former team. Isaiah Thomas signs a 1-year deal. Terry Rozier's out the picture. Kyrie Irving signs his max contract. He's here long term. Would you take Isaiah Thomas back in a backup point guard role behind Kyrie Irving on the Celtics next season?
I'm going to have to go with yes. Marv, what about you?
Look.
Yes or no?
Look.
Don't turn this into some big soap opera.
Listen, lady. I gotta lay it out. I gotta lay it out for you guys.
It's a yes or no question.
No. There's more to it. There's layers. There's layers. Listen, Isaiah Thomas is a great guy.
Yes.
He did great things for the Boston Celtics. But it wouldn't work to have Kyrie Irving and Isaiah Thomas in the same locker room. It looks cute at first. Yeah, Isaiah Thomas, he'll come off the bench for Kyrie when he comes out. If Kyrie's injury prone, Isaiah Thomas can take over and score some points. But listen, Isaiah Thomas got traded for this man. At the end of the day, he got traded, and he was a throw-in. It wasn't like Isaiah Thomas was a throw-in because he had the hip injury, so he was already a question mark in that trade whatsoever. They wanted the draft. Cleveland Cavaliers wanted the draft pick. So you're telling me you got replaced from this man. You're going to come in, sure, you might say the right things like, hey, this is Kyrie's team now. I'm just going to be on the bench.
You think there's going to be some hostility? That's what you think.
It's natural. This was Isaiah's team. This was his city. He was the guy on the buses, on the billboards. The second option, he's not the third order. Because now you have Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum who've excelled.
Hayward's gonna be around.
Horford is still there. Kyrie is the guy.
I'm still waiting for a yes or no.
So the answer to answer your question, you clearly get what I'm saying.
Just say no.
The answer is no, because it just wouldn't work. Yes, it looks good. If Isaiah Thomas was never on the Celtics and you're trying to bring in a scorer off the bench like a Jamal Crawford or a Lou Will or something, that's the type of player he is, yes, but not Isaiah Thomas, because the locker room, I don't see it meshing. He's cool.
You think Brad can make it work?
He's cool. Has Brad made it work this year?
I'm so sorry, Marv.
Has Brad made it work this year?
You're talking about raising his voice now.
Come on now.